Hello, mega selling artists. We are live here at our regular Tuesday time, 1 p.m. Central, for our Mega Selling Artist live episode. Today, I'm going to be sharing the secret to how you can make selling your art easier. It's really the number one secret to selling art and it not being so hard. Because, like you saw on the little promo there, why is selling art so hard, right? We're going to answer that question today, and we're also going to give you a solution. And if you stay to the end, I've actually got a gift for you that you can walk away with that is going to help you with exactly what we're talking about today. All right. So if you are new, welcome. Welcome to the new group. I hope you are getting settled here in the community. Post an introduction video. We love it when everybody comes on and tells us who they are, what they do, so that we can connect with you and get to know you. We're all a bunch of artists here that are all working towards the same goal, and that is to grow our business so we can create, sell, and thrive. You can see our signs back there. And so every week, that's why I provide training to help you do that. If you are returning, of course, welcome our newbies and tell me hello. If you're watching this live, I always love it when you join us and you say hello. Let me know who's here. If you're watching in replay, hey, I completely get it. Not everyone can be here live in the middle of the day with everything that we've got going on in our lives. I know kids are getting out of school and we've got full-time jobs where we're trying to balance our art gig with our regular job. So whatever it is that's going on with you, I get it. If you're watching this in replay, just let me know. #replay. So I know that you were able to drop in and pick up this content. All right, here we go. Who am I? I'm Shawna St. James, and I'm the founder of Mega Selling Artists. I am a neuroscience geek, kind of a sales science and neuromarketing expert. And I take everything I know about the art world as a professional selling artist, and I share all the sales science secrets behind a sales process and system so that you can take all that knowledge, apply it to your own business, and get to where you want to go. Right? I want you to have the life that you will really want as an artist, and this content will help you do that. So, what are we talking about today? Well, today I want to talk about how you are not the only one who is struggling to sell your art. And I can guarantee you that your art is not the problem and not the reason why you're not selling enough art. I can guarantee it. And that's what I'm going to reveal for you today. Um, the content that I share with my summit seekers and my trailblazers inside my program, I've helped over 5,000 artists in the last 3 years increase their sales. Some people have increased their sales from 5,000 a year to more than six figures a year with this knowledge and training and the skills and tool sets and the systems that I love to provide artists that just takes the mystery and the struggle out of sales. A lot of the artists I work with, they've been able to increase their prices. A lot of them have 10 times their prices when it comes to selling art and the prices they sell at. So you are not alone. That's where I'm going. You're not alone in the struggle to sell your art. And we've heard it from everyone. You can never survive and thrive as an artist. There's just no way you can sell enough art to do that as a living. And I'm here to tell you that's not true. And even when the economy is a struggle, right now, a lot of people are talking about how this is not the time to be an artist. Our economy, art sales are really down in the economy. Once again, not true. And I'm going to show you why. So excited to show you why. It's really not your fault that you're struggling with sales. I want to point that out. Here's why. Here's why it's not your fault. Unless you have a huge, really large knowledge and sales experience, maybe even formal training to how to do sales and the sales systems and processes, why would you know all the ins and outs and tips and tricks and secrets and systems to sales? You won't. You won't. When I started this business, I did not have any business experience. I have learned a lot of this content through my background. I kind of tied in my background, my psychology degree, and all the training that I received, my post grad training. I tied it in with all my sales experience and started looking at, okay, what makes a sale happen? What makes a sale happen? And that is what we're going to do. All right. So the solution to not being able to sell. Let's say you've been in this business for a while and your sales are still not where they want to be. Or maybe you have just begun. Maybe you're only a few months into it. Maybe your business is new and you still don't have the sales that you want to sell, that you want to have. Or maybe you are selling, but you're selling at prices that are way too low to support yourself and to really sustain you as a thriving business. Neither one of those situations and scenarios are going to get you where you want to go in this business. And that's okay. You can learn these skills. Whatever it is, wherever the gap is for you, it's something that is completely fixable. And it's not about your art. So I'm going to give you an example of how your problem with sales is not about your art. So in the early 1990s, there was an artist. I don't know how to say his last name properly, but Keith Bodwee. I think it's Bodwee, not Boadwee, but Boadwee. That's how you spell it. Keith Bodwee. So here's the story behind Keith. When you look at his art, even to this day, his art has morphed a little, but when you look at what he creates, you would not in a million years go, oh, yeah, I can totally see why he's made millions off of this art. Because, when he really hit it big and when he started making his money, he creates enema art. I'm not going to describe the whole process with you. I gave you his name and the spelling so that you can look that up if you'd like to. Very polarizing. Very polarizing. A lot of people would say that his artwork is obscene. But here's where I want to go with that. He tapped into the neuroscience of sales. It wasn't about the quality of his art. It wasn't about how gorgeous it was. It wasn't about how technically amazing and skilled his art was. He had none of that. And he still sold millions of dollars of art because he knew how to use neuroscience and neuromarketing. So, what was the secret? I mean, there's so much more to this, but we're going to talk about one aspect of neurosales, neuromarketing, and sales science that made this happen for him. Here's why. He was polarizing. He stood out from the crowd. So immediately, it was really easy to make a decision. It was easy to make a decision. I love it. I hate it. When you can make a clear-cut decision and there's no more trying to figure it out, your brain isn't confused anymore. A confused brain never will close a sale, right? The phrase goes, you confuse, you lose. Well, he eliminated all confusion by the extreme nature and, subject of his art. So immediately you made a decision. I love it. I hate it. Number one. Number two, and this is something that is a lot of people, it's easy to not be aware of this, but core human needs. He tapped into a powerful core human need for novelty and change, something completely different, out of the box. That is something we all need as humans, right? We're kind of polarized but that way, right? We want security, we want things that are dependable, things that we can rely on, things that we know are always there. But on the opposite side of that, if we only have that, we get bored. We must have novelty and change, excitement, right? That's the core human need he tapped into. People could immediately, especially, and here's the other thing that he was really smart about, A lot of people with wealth in general, and this is it's kind of a stereotype, but in general, stereotypes are there because they're kind of true. um, a lot of wealthy people are bored. They want that. They need something exciting in their lives, and he provided that. Yeah, maybe it was obscene, but guess what? You can set yourself up as a person who is different from all the rest because that was a form of self-expression. Repression, that's a whole nother aspect. It's helping you express yourself, maybe something you would never have the guts to do, but you're able to kind of live vicariously through someone else. Another core human need. He used neuromarketing to a T. Whether he was intentional about it or not, whether he was aware of it or not, I have no clue. I mean, I don't know I don't know anything about his back end of his business and his marketing and his managers and all of that, and his art, reps. But what I do know is the nature of his product tapped into core human needs. So here is the solution when it comes to your art being difficult to sell. You need to be able to take your art, your product that you make, and tie it to a core human need. When you can connect the dots between the core human need and your art, sales are magical. Magical. And it is a process. So if this is something that you're wondering, you're like, well, I don't really know what you mean by that. That's what I do. That's what I do. I love doing it. Hi, Lisa. Great to see you. Who am I referring to? Okay. You can always watch this in replay. The artist that I'm referring to that I introduced at the beginning, his name is Keith Bodwe. And that, like I said, I'm not sure I pronounced his name correctly. Keith is the way you think you spell Keith. Bodwe, his last name is Boadwee. Really extreme artist. So, I mean, very controversial. A lot of people wouldn't even call him an artist when you really get down to it. But, when he sold millions of dollars, right? It's like the guy that did the banana on the wall type thing. Very controversial. But why did it work? That's what I always want to go, okay, that's great. But why? Why did that work? They tapped into the neuroscience, the sales science behind why people make decisions, how they make decisions. And when we can do that with our art, we can sell anything. Well, you could, like I said, you could sell anything. It doesn't just have to be your art. Hey, Susanna, great to see you. But art is no longer difficult to sell when you are using sales science. It really does kind of become magical. There's a formula for it. It's a system. It's completely demystified once you know the processes. You can understand how your buyer, how your audience is thinking, so you know exactly what to say to them to get their attention. You know exactly what to say to them. You know what to tap into when it comes to what do they need to actually make the decision to say yes to buy your product. What is it that makes that happen for people? That is the power of neuromarketing. It's really, I call it brain friendly sales. Really, we're just learning how to work with the way our human mind naturally processes information and makes decisions. And when we take our marketing and our messaging using the systems that make it really easy for our brains to understand, bingo, there it is. Sales happen. All right. I've kept you for almost 15 minutes, so I will wrap this up. If you are interested and you would like to know more about how I can help you with that, we do that in Summit Seekers. I can give you all that information. We can look at your business and kind of figure out where the gaps are, right? We'll sit down, talk about where you're at, where you want to be, figure out where the gaps are, come up with a plan, and then you can make the decision. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I would love to work with you, but if it's not something that is a good fit, that's completely okay. That is a complimentary call that I offer to anyone that is interested in knowing more about sales science. And just type in hashtag core. Hashtag core. Let's see. I'm going to actually type it in for you here. And if you type in this hashtag core, I'll be coming back and checking on this. If you do that, I will be reaching out to you in Messenger and we can set up a time where we can chat. Okay, I promised you a gift before I go. Even if you are watching in this replay, you can still take this gift home. I have a 20-word document. It's really a little training download that you can have for free. It's my gift to you. It's called 20 Words That Woo. And this is the kind of messaging that when you start using these words, they trigger action. They actually help, they hit our brain in the right place. I won't go through all the nerdy science in that, but they hit our brain in just the right place that our brain is compels us to take action. All right, so if you are interested in that, type in hashtag woo, WOO. I'll add that here. Woo. If you type in woo, then you will get the words. It's 20 words. Words that woo download as my free gift. Yay. All right. I'll be checking this for like the next 24 hours or so. So it's okay. Like I said, if you're watching this replay, go ahead and do that. If you want to connect with me in a call, I'd love to do that. But I'm telling you, everything becomes so much easier, so much simpler when you have a system to follow. And we use sales science because using brain friendly selling, the stuff that goes on in our minds, just as humans and the way we're wired, oh, it takes the stress out of having a business and selling. All right. I'll see you all next week. This week, here inside the group, watch for a brain break trivia. If you are new here, then brain break trivia is everybody who answers get entered into a drawing to win some mega selling artist flair, which is just some fun free gifts because my motto here is having fun while we're getting stuff done. I want you to create, sell, and thrive, which means we don't want our businesses to be a drudgery. Yeah, I mean, businesses, there's always phases where it's more difficult than others. But if we're not having fun, then we need to change that. And that is part of what we do here in this group. So stay tuned, stay in touch with the community. We'll have things to inspire you, to encourage you, to uplift you, and especially help you grow that business, help you sell more art. All right, take care, everyone.